Mr. Supervisor, Board, thank you for allowing me to take some time up with your agenda this evening. I'll try and keep it brief. I know you have lots of business to attend to. Plus, my son's playing at the Muley Page Indian Meadows, so we're anxious to get over there.
How do you like those roads?
They are terrific. All right. Let me introduce myself for those who don't know me. My name is Hunter Shimikowski. I'm an Emergency Response Hazardous Materials Officer for the Canadian Pacific Railroad, and also the State of New York Transcaer Coordinator. And I'll explain a little bit more about where those roles come in here in a minute. While we're here tonight, there's been a chain of events that have happened. The first kind of link in that chain is an organization called Transcaer. Transcaer stands for Transportation, Community Awareness, and Emergency Response. It was a national outreach organization started in about the mid-'80s by the Dow Chemical Corporation. It was designed to bring chemical industry, transporters, and first responders together before an incident happens so they can be better prepared. At 3 in the morning, when someone's having their bad day, is not a time to be standing on the side of the roadway exchanging business cards or shaking hands or trying to figure out who's who. So this outreach program took a strong foothold. It has grown exponentially over the past couple of decades. It's now a national program, has gone international to Canada. There are state coordinators, regional coordinators, and then the national board that sits in Washington, D.C. One of the big premises that we emphasize is training first responders, whether it's transportation incidents, whether it's in the water, rail, anything, and we do a lot of training in local firehouses. So now we come to our second link in that chain, and that is the railroads. In 2013-14, the railroad saw an uptick in the transportation of flammable liquids, and if you're watching the news, obviously that's the crude oil that's out there. So the 7 big railroads chipped in $5 million each and built a training facility out in the desert of Colorado. This training facility has live rail cars with live fire, and firefighters can now attend a 3-day course. The first day is pretty much classroom, and the next 2 days are actually fighting live fire. The railroads, we pick up the bill for this. We need to get the firefighters out there. We recognize the importance. We pick up the tab. We pay for everything from tuition, airfare, ground transportation, hotel. Pretty much you get to your local airport, we'll take it from there, and we'll get you back home. The only thing we ask for in return is when you go back to your home fire department, is share some of that information. Okay? Our classroom seats 40 comfortably, and with how many million firefighters out there in the United States, we're not going to get all of them out there. So we ask that you take some of that information back. So now we kind of come to the next link in the chain. In 2014, CP Rail had some space in a classroom. I contacted the chief of East Glenville and said, we have an opportunity to send 4 people. Who would you like to send? So he quickly rattled off some names that he thought would be appropriate to send, and who we're going to recognize tonight, so I'm guessing he chose the right people. But the interesting part of that, too, was that in talking with the chief, he didn't choose himself. He chose these members from other departments. And I'll follow that up here in a minute. But what makes these 4 firefighters that went so special is that when they came back home within weeks, they designed a company level or firehouse level training program, was sharing it with the other members, doing what we really asked for them to do. And now they've taken that a step further, and they've gone to other fire departments. And so they're really spreading the information and the wealth of knowledge that they gained. And on behalf of Transcaer and CP Rail, we greatly appreciate that. So then it came time for awards. I got notice that Transcaer was offering recognition awards. Without any hesitation, I put these gentlemen in, explained what they had done. They went to Washington, D.C. The board reviewed it, and they felt the same way, that they had certainly exemplified the ideals of Transcaer and training and preparing communities for an emergency. So we have 4 awards for that. We have another award tonight that goes back to the chief of East Glenville that got that original first phone call. I said, he didn't say, I'm going, my assistant chief's going, all my buddies were going. He actually sat there and said, okay, let's spread the wealth around. Okay. We'll do as many fire departments that we can and do the best bang for the buck for the town of Glenville. And for that, CP appreciates that, and so does Transcaer. It really stands up to the ideals of what community preparedness is about. So with that, we have the awards. Want me to call them forward first?
I'll probably read a proclamation.
Okay.
Just, you said it was $5 million per railroad company, 7 railroad companies?
Yes. Yep, so the Class 1 railroads, there's a rating of railroads. CP Rail is considered one of the big boys. We're one of the smaller big boys, but we're still up there. So yeah, we all went in and did the course development and all the props and the training materials that go into it.
Thank you, Clem. My first question is there something you can do about those trucks hitting that bridge?
I wish, because I receive a cage as well every time that happens.
Yesterday, I think we had two hitting 2 different bridges. On behalf of the board, I just wanted to take a moment. We have some proclamations here for the firefighters. First of all, I just want to express our appreciation to you, all the members of your departments, for all the work you do. I think the past couple of days have shown with obviously the Dairy Circus fire and the house fire here on Cherry, how important you are to the community and the work that you do, and we very much greatly appreciate that. And I think we share something. I think every one of our employees belongs to one of your departments, either somewhere along the line. So we do have a couple proclamations here. They all really pretty much say the same thing, except for Chief Poles is a little bit different, just expressing our appreciation in your leadership. I won't read the whole thing because it's kind of long, but you can read it tonight if you like before you go to bed and think of me because I signed it. Chief Pole determined that this training will best suit the town's needs by selecting individuals from various fire departments to ensure the cooperative informational exchange within all the town's fire districts. I, Christopher A. Ketzley, do hereby bestow our greatest appreciation and highest honor on Chief Andrew Pole. So that's yours, Chief. When you come up for your award, we'll make sure you get that. And then a proclamation to the rest of the folks here tonight. I see Assistant Chief Thornhill's not here tonight.
He was unable to make it.
It's too bad. But we can make sure you get it. But we do, in honor of this, we do, through proclamation, are hereby proclaiming today, Thursday, April 21st, 2016, as Firefighter Training Appreciation Day throughout the town of Glenville. And on behalf of the citizens of the town of Glenville, we do hereby offer our thanks to the individuals for their ongoing commitment to the town of Glenville. So we will make sure you get these as well as Glenn continues to call you up. So again, thank you so much for all you do, for your commitment and training that you've committed to make sure that you're providing the best service to our residents. Please give them a round of applause.
I'll just throw one more little footnote in there that as I kind of rambled on, I forgot about. What sets these gentlemen apart is that we've sent, this year will be 450 firefighters to this course, and these are the only 4 gentlemen that have done this. So, but I can do it from here. Scotia Lieutenant Jim Jones. Air National Guard Captain and East Glenville Fire Department Past Chief John Sock. Outlaws Fire Chief Andrew Capola. And East Glenville Fire Chief